There comes a moment in every life when you must decide what deserves your energy, and that moment is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It often arrives quietly, disguised as exhaustion, disappointment, or the feeling that no matter how hard you try, you are still standing still. Let me tell you something that may be uncomfortable, but is deeply liberating. You cannot chase your goals and chase people at the same time. One will always suffer. Too many of us spend our lives auditioning for approval. We want to be chosen, understood, validated, applauded. We bend ourselves into shapes that do not fit our spirit. We shrink our dreams so they don't intimidate others. We delay our purpose because someone else is not ready for our growth. And while we are busy explaining ourselves, proving ourselves, and pleasing others, our goals are waiting quietly, patiently, wondering when we will finally show up for them. Your goals require focus. Your goals require discipline. Your goals require belief, especially when no one else believes yet. But chasing people, that requires compromise. It requires distraction. It requires you to keep looking over your shoulder instead of forward. Here's the truth many people never tell you. Not everyone is meant to come with you. Some people are meant to meet you, teach you, and then leave you stronger. When you begin to rise, when you decide to live intentionally, when you choose purpose over popularity, you will lose people. And that loss is not a punishment. It is protection. You are not here to be liked by everyone. You are here to fulfill an assignment. And the moment you stop chasing people is the moment you reclaim your power. You stop explaining why your dreams matter. You stop apologizing for your ambition. You stop negotiating your worth. Instead, you invest that energy into your growth, into your healing, into your vision. And something remarkable happens. The right people don't need to be chased. They recognize your direction and walk beside you. They don't drain you. They fuel you. Understand this clearly. If you must beg for attention, it is costing you your destiny. If you must convince someone of your value, you are delaying your purpose. Your life is speaking to you. It's asking you one question. Will you keep chasing what distracts you, or will you commit to what calls you? Because when you fully commit to your goals, you don't lose people, you lose limitations. You don't lose love, you gain alignment. You don't lose connection, you gain clarity, and clarity is power. Choose the vision that wakes you up early. Choose the purpose that scares you a little. Choose the future that demands your full attention. Because the moment you stop chasing people, your goals start chasing you. Every single one of us is given the same 24 hours in a day. And within those hours exists something far more valuable than money, possessions, or even time itself. Our energy. Energy is the currency of life. It is the force that fuels our dreams, shapes our relationships, and determines the trajectory of our future. And yet, so many of us spend this precious currency without thought, without intention, without realizing the true cost of mismanagement. When we chase people, whether it is their approval, their attention, or their validation, we are spending our energy on something that will never return what we invest. People, unlike goals, are unpredictable. They cannot be counted on to meet us halfway. They cannot be guaranteed to show up when we need them most. And when we put our energy into chasing them, we drain ourselves, fragment our focus, and, most importantly, delay our progress toward the very dreams that could transform our lives. Think about it. Every hour you spend trying to please someone else, explaining yourself, or proving your worth is an hour you are not spending on your own growth. Every ounce of mental and emotional energy dedicated to convincing someone to see your value is energy diverted from building your skills, pursuing your ambitions, or creating the life you have envisioned. And this is not just about productivity. This is about presence. When your energy is scattered, when it is divided between people who do not invest in you as much as you invest in them, your ability to fully engage with your purpose diminishes. You are left tired, anxious, and frustrated, wondering why your goals seem further away, why your dreams feel heavy, and why satisfaction always feels just out of reach. Energy is not renewable in the way we often assume. You cannot endlessly borrow it from your spirit and expect it to replenish itself. The body, the mind, and the soul all have limits. And if those limits are exceeded by chasing people instead of nurturing goals, the cost can be enormous. Stress rises, clarity diminishes, and the vision you once held with excitement can become clouded with doubt. On the other hand, when you treat your energy as the valuable currency it is, when you invest it wisely in the work, the learning, and the relationships that genuinely support your growth, the results are exponential. Goals start to advance because they are given your full attention. Dreams begin to materialize because your focus is undistracted, and you begin to experience the quiet but powerful satisfaction of knowing that your life is moving forward according to your terms, not the whims of others. Choosing where to invest your energy is not about abandoning people or shutting out love. It is about prioritizing the forces that truly propel you forward. It is about recognizing that your energy is limited and that the most radical, life-changing decisions often come down to simple choices. Where will I spend my focus, my attention, my effort? Will I chase someone who may never stay, or will I dedicate myself to the goal that has been waiting for me patiently, silently for years? This is the power of energy as currency. It gives you the ability to say yes to what matters and no to what distracts. It allows you to reclaim your time, your mind, and your life. And ultimately, it teaches you that the true measure of success is not in how much you please others, but in how fully you honor the calling within yourself. Remember, energy is your most valuable resource. It is your secret power. It is the currency that cannot be borrowed, cannot be replaced, and cannot be wasted without consequence. Choose wisely, invest intentionally, and watch as your life transforms, not because others have validated you, but because you have committed yourself fully to your purpose. Distraction is one of the greatest thieves of potential, the silent enemy that keeps dreams just out of reach, and the reason so many people feel stuck despite endless effort. Every moment spent chasing people, trying to gain their approval, or seeking validation from those who do not fully understand or support you is a moment stolen from your purpose. It is a moment in which your goals are waiting, patiently, silently, for your full attention while you are pulled in directions that ultimately yield little return. Life has a way of asking us to make choices, but the cost of distraction is often invisible until it has already done its work, draining your energy, fragmenting your mind, and slowing your progress toward the dreams that are truly yours. When you are distracted by people, whether friends, family, colleagues, or even acquaintances, your focus is divided. Focus is not simply about time management, it is about mental alignment. It is about where your attention lands when no one is watching. It is about your ability to direct every thought, every action, every ounce of energy toward building what you are here to create. Chasing people scatters that focus. You begin to second guess yourself, to compromise your values, to adjust your vision according to the expectations of others. The result is not harmony, it is compromise, frustration, and stagnation. Your goals, which require consistency, persistence, and belief, cannot thrive in the chaos of divided attention. The world does not reward distraction, and neither do your dreams. They require clarity, commitment, and presence. Every great achievement in history has been the result of individuals who refused to allow distractions, especially the distractions of people who did not share their vision, to dictate their path. The truth is, not everyone is meant to support your journey. Some people will misunderstand your ambition, feel threatened by your growth, or simply walk a different path. And that is not failure, it is reality. When you recognize this truth, you begin to protect your focus with the seriousness it deserves, knowing that every moment you spend chasing someone else is a moment your dreams could have been moving forward. Protecting your focus means setting boundaries, learning to say no without guilt, and choosing to spend your energy on what is productive and aligned with your purpose. It means prioritizing your goals over temporary approval, understanding that people who truly belong in your journey will recognize and honor your direction without coercion. It means cultivating an inner discipline that keeps you anchored, even when emotions tempt you to veer off course, even when loneliness tempts you to seek attention, even when fear tempts you to prove yourself to someone who does not value your vision. Distraction is not always external. Often it is internal, a voice that whispers that your goals are not enough, that you must be seen, liked, or validated. But every moment you spend listening to that voice is a moment lost from the pursuit of excellence. Every moment you allow people to take precedence over your purpose is a moment your potential is left untapped. And in the grand scheme of life, your goals are what will define your legacy, not the approval of those who were never meant to walk with you. The cost of distraction is high, but the reward of focus is extraordinary. Focus allows ideas to flourish, effort to compound, and progress to accelerate. Focus turns vision into reality, dreams into achievement, and intention into action. When you protect your focus, you are not selfish. You are intentional. You are honoring the life you were meant to lead rather than bending to the desires and expectations of others. Distraction will always be present in life, but the power to resist it, to prioritize what matters, and to stay committed to your goals is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain in waiting. Remember, chasing people may bring temporary satisfaction, fleeting attention, and false validation, but it will never bring the fulfillment that comes from fully committing to your purpose. Protect your focus, respect your time, and invest your energy wisely because your dreams are waiting, and they require nothing less than your undivided attention. Growth is a journey, and it is never meant to be taken lightly. To grow, to rise, to achieve your full potential, there comes a time when you must separate yourself from certain people, certain habits, and certain expectations that no longer serve your higher purpose. Growth requires clarity, and clarity requires space. Just as a tree cannot flourish if every branch is tangled with another, your personal and professional evolution cannot thrive when your energy is divided by the people around you who do not align with your vision. This is a difficult truth, uncomfortable and often misunderstood. Not everyone is meant to go where you are going, and that is not rejection, it is reality. Many of us fear separation. We fear that setting boundaries, prioritizing our goals, and saying no to relationships that drain us will leave us isolated or unloved. We worry that pursuing our dreams will cost friendships, partnerships, or validation. But the truth is, separation is not punishment. It is preparation. It is a necessary phase in the process of becoming who you were meant to be. Without it, your growth is stunted, your potential remains unrealized, and your purpose is diluted. People who do not resonate with your journey can unknowingly hold you back, whether through doubt, distraction, or lack of support. And when you attempt to grow while constantly adjusting to fit their expectations, your vision becomes compromised, your energy fragmented, and your soul weary. Separation is not about cutting people off in anger or resentment. It is about intentional prioritization. It is about understanding that your time, energy, and focus are finite, and that your dreams are not negotiable. To truly rise, you must surround yourself with influences, environments, and individuals that reflect the level of excellence, ambition, and commitment you aspire to achieve. Growth requires discernment, the ability to recognize who and what fuels your spirit and who or what diminishes it. This discernment is not arrogance, it is wisdom. It is the knowledge that your life is too precious, your calling too important, to invest in people who are unwilling or unable to match your vision. Consider this: not everyone who meets you is meant to walk beside you for the entire journey. Some are teachers showing you lessons you need to learn. Some are companions walking part of the way before leaving you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next stage. Others may be distractions pulling you off course with their insecurities, doubts, or conflicting ambitions. Growth requires the courage to let go, to release attachments that no longer serve your purpose, and to embrace the temporary discomfort of solitude for the long-term reward of progress. This is why the most successful, fulfilled, and impactful people understand the value of separation. They do not fear it. They embrace it as a tool for focus, clarity, and alignment. They know that the cost of staying tethered to the wrong people is far greater than the temporary loneliness or discomfort that comes with stepping away. They understand that growth is not about pleasing others. It is about becoming the best version of themselves, so that when the right people arrive, they meet someone who is whole, confident, and unstoppable. Growth is a commitment. It demands sacrifice, it demands courage, and often it demands separation. But the separation is not a loss. it is a gain. It is the clearing of space for your potential to rise, for your dreams to take root, and for your life to align with the purpose that has been quietly calling to you all along. Those who stay with you on this path will be the ones who uplift, inspire, and support your ascent. The rest are not failures. They are simply not meant to travel the distance you are destined to cover. Remember, growth requires separation. It requires the strength to step away from what no longer serves you, the wisdom to invest in what truly matters, and the courage to honor your journey, even if it means walking alone for a time. This is not just survival. It is the essence of thriving. One of the most profound lessons you can ever learn in life is that the people who are meant to walk with you, who are meant to support you, and who are meant to share in your journey do not require convincing. They do not demand endless explanations. They do not require you to prove your worth, and they do not question your ambitions or your purpose. These people recognize your vision, honor your commitment, and naturally align with the direction in which you are moving. And yet, too often, we spend our energy chasing those who do not belong in our journey, believing that persistence, persuasion, or approval will somehow force alignment. The truth is, alignment cannot be forced, and energy spent on convincing the wrong people is energy stolen from your dreams, stolen from your growth, stolen from the life you were meant to live. The right people are intuitive. They understand, without elaborate explanations, the weight of your vision, the depth of your ambition, and the passion that drives you forward. They celebrate your wins as if they were their own. They encourage your courage, amplify your confidence, and never demand that you compromise your goals to fit into their comfort zone. And most importantly, they arrive at the right time, not always when it is convenient for you, but when it matters most. They understand that your focus is sacred, that your energy is finite, and that your dreams require undivided attention. Trying to convince someone who cannot naturally align with you is not only exhausting, it is futile. It is a detour from your purpose, a distraction from your destiny, and a silent thief of momentum. Think about it. How often have you tried to explain your goals, justify your decisions, or persuade someone to believe in your vision, only to realize that no matter how compelling your argument, their support is conditional, their attention temporary, and their understanding limited? This is the reality of human relationships. Not everyone can travel with you through the terrain of ambition, and not everyone is equipped to handle the responsibility of your growth. Some people will misunderstand your drive, some will question your focus, and some will feel threatened by your courage. That is not rejection. It is clarity. It is an opportunity to redirect your energy toward those who belong, toward those who naturally resonate with your journey, and toward the people who elevate you without requiring effort or persuasion. The power of surrounding yourself with the right people is extraordinary. Their presence allows you to operate at full capacity, free from distraction, doubt, or compromise. You no longer feel the pressure to justify your choices or dilute your vision. Instead, you feel support, encouragement, and affirmation. You gain clarity because your energy is no longer divided. You gain momentum because your focus is uninterrupted. You gain confidence because you are not constantly measuring your worth against the opinions of those who are not invested in your journey. The right people act as mirrors, reflecting your potential back to you and reminding you that your vision is not only valid, it is necessary. The lesson is simple, yet transformative. The right people do not need convincing. They will recognize your worth, respect your goals, and walk with you willingly without caution, without argument, and without doubt. When you learn to release the need to convince others, you free yourself to fully pursue your dreams, to prioritize your goals, and to embrace the journey that has been calling to you all along. Life becomes lighter, your energy becomes more potent, and your vision becomes unstoppable. Remember, alignment is everything. The right people support without hesitation, elevate without expectation, and stand beside you without being asked. Chase your purpose, protect your focus, and let go of the need to convince anyone who does not naturally resonate with your journey. Your energy is precious, your time is limited, and your dreams deserve allies who require no persuasion, only presence. There is a quiet, undeniable power that emerges when you commit fully to your goals, a power that no one can take from you, and a power that does not rely on the approval, presence, or validation of others. Commitment is not a fleeting feeling or a temporary decision. It is a deliberate choice to align your actions, your energy, and your focus with the life you are determined to create, regardless of who stays or who leaves along the way. Too often, we dilute our potential by splitting our attention between people and purpose, believing that we can chase both simultaneously, only to find that our dreams stall, our motivation wanes, and our confidence falters. The truth is clear: commitment to your goals is the anchor that restores your power, sharpens your focus, and ignites your growth. When you commit fully to your goals, you stop negotiating with your destiny, you stop apologizing for your ambition, you stop shrinking to make others comfortable, and you stop delaying your purpose to accommodate the doubts, fears, or insecurities of those who do not see your vision. Commitment transforms your energy from scattered and reactive into focused and intentional. Every thought, every action, every decision becomes aligned with the life you want to build. You are no longer drifting, you are moving with purpose. You are no longer waiting for permission, you are taking ownership. And in that ownership lies power, the kind of power that cannot be given, borrowed, or borrowed back. It is yours because you chose to claim it. True commitment requires sacrifice. It asks you to prioritize what is essential over what is convenient, to choose progress over popularity, and to honor your vision even when the journey is uncomfortable. It means making difficult choices, saying no to distractions, and sometimes walking alone when necessary. Yet these sacrifices are not losses, they are investments in your future. Each moment you dedicate to your goals, each challenge you face with resilience, and each boundary you set against what distracts you compounds into strength, confidence, and clarity. Commitment transforms fear into courage, uncertainty into action, and hesitation into momentum. Moreover, commitment to your goals restores your personal power in ways that external validation never can. When you rely on people for your sense of worth, your energy is fragmented and your spirit becomes vulnerable to disappointment. But when your focus is fixed on your purpose and your dedication is unwavering, you reclaim control. You decide where your energy goes, how your time is spent, and what your life will look like. Commitment is freedom. It is the liberation that comes from knowing that your life is yours to create and that no one can dictate the pace, the direction, or the value of your journey. Commitment also sets a standard for the people who will remain in your life. Those who truly support you will recognize the seriousness of your purpose and align with it naturally. They will lift you, challenge you, and celebrate your progress without hesitation or doubt. Those who cannot respect your focus drift away, and that is not rejection, it is protection. By committing to your goals fully, you allow only the right influences, relationships, and energies into your world, strengthening your trajectory and ensuring that your growth is uninterrupted, unstoppable, and unshakable. Finally, commitment is not just about achievement, it is about becoming the person your dreams require you to be. Every goal you pursue demands growth, courage, and resilience, and these qualities are forged in the fire of unwavering dedication. Commitment restores power because it reconnects you to your purpose, reclaims your energy, and aligns every part of your being with the vision that is waiting for you to step into it fully. Remember, the moment you commit fully to your goals, you stop chasing people, you stop seeking approval, and you stop negotiating with distractions. You reclaim your power, you honor your purpose, and you step into a life that is truly yours. Commitment is not simply a choice, it is a declaration: I am here for my vision, I am here for my growth, and I will no longer be derailed by anything or anyone who does not belong in my journey. As we come to the close of this reflection, remember, this life is too short and your potential is too vast to divide your attention between chasing people and chasing your dreams. Energy is your most precious currency, and where you invest it determines the trajectory of your life. Distraction will always be present, but it is your responsibility to protect your focus, to guard your vision, and to refuse the temptation to compromise your purpose for temporary approval. Growth demands courage, and sometimes that courage requires separation. Not everyone who crosses your path is meant to walk with you to the finish line, and that is not rejection, it is clarity. By letting go of what no longer serves your journey, you make room for alignment, for relationships and influences that amplify your potential, and for experiences that fuel your progress. The right people, the ones who belong in your life, will not need to be convinced, persuaded, or persuaded. They will naturally support your direction, walk beside you willingly, and honor the vision you are committed to creating. Commitment to your goals is the ultimate act of reclaiming your power. It is a declaration that your purpose matters, that your dreams deserve your full attention, and that no one else's opinions, distractions, or expectations can derail you from the path you are meant to walk. When you fully commit, you stop negotiating with your life. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You stop delaying the fulfillment of your potential. You step boldly, intentionally, and courageously into the life that is waiting for you. So, let today be the moment you stop chasing what distracts you and start chasing what calls you. Let it be the day you honor your energy, protect your focus, embrace growth, even when it means walking alone for a time, and surround yourself with those who naturally align with your purpose. Let it be the day you commit fully to your dreams, knowing that in doing so, your goals will begin to chase you, your life will begin to expand, and your true power will emerge. Remember always, you cannot chase goals and people at the same time. Your dreams require your focus, your energy, and your courage. Your life is waiting for the commitment only you can give. Step into your purpose fully, unapologetically, and with unwavering faith in the journey that is uniquely yours. Your goals are not just dreams, they are your destiny. And the moment you choose them over distraction, you choose yourself.